welcome to something a little bit different. My name is Aaron George, and I blessed with the presence of Reverend Thundiyath Corepiscopa. I'm proud to call him my grand uncle, and he's here today to have a little sit down with us where we get to talk a little bit about his story, about his rise in his position in priesthood, and especially in his current position as well. And hopefully we'll be able to come off with a great message of understanding about our clergy, about their own paths and what we can learn from them as well. So, Wanyechin, please, welcome. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you being here. And yeah, I just wanted to kind of start off by really asking about we'll get to, like what you currently do and your specific position as a Corepiscopa, but I wanted to start off especially by who you are, how you started off, right? You are my granduncle. Our exact relation is the fact that my grandmother on my dad's side is your sister. And so I really want to ask you in your youth, how was your upbringing? How was it with Vilyapichi and Vilyamachi? How did that work? How did that happen?
Praise the Lord. As I'm a priest, now I am elevated to the position of Corepiscopa in the Malangara Church. Now I am a priest about 38 years. Actually, I am ordained in the year of 1985 by Archbishop Benedict Mar Gregorius. So I am proud to say that he who ordained me. I am from an ordinary family. My parents, Daniel and Mariama, they are very ordinary people. I am the youngest of that family. As you know, my sister is our Aaron's mother. So I am proud to be in front of my grandnephew. After my ordination, I worked in the place we called the present Diocese of Marthandam. At that time, there is no diocese like that. But I am posted there, the Diocese of Marthandam, and worked there about 5 years. Afterwards, I am taken from Marthandam to northern part of Diocese of Archdiocese of Trivandrum. That place is called Sidathur. And about 5 churches under me. And 5 years I worked there. Afterwards, when the first Catholicos, Cyril Basilius, became the Archbishop of Trivandrum, he asked me to come to the Trivandrum as the director of MCYM. That means in the year of 96, I am appointed as the youth director. Then at that time, it was the Jubilee year of MCYM. And in 2000, we had a very good gathering. More than 3,500 youth gathered in Trivandrum. That program, we called it Bethlehem 2000. It was a grand success at that time. They stayed about 4 days in Trivandrum, and many workshops, many gathering, meetings, rallies, etc. there. Afterwards, I am relieved from that post of MCYM director, asked to go to Rome for 2-3 years for high studies. I did my studies in Master of Communications, mainly church and communication. That was my subject. I did the licentiate there in Rome, the University of Holy Cross. Then I returned to India, Kerala. Again, some of the mission areas I was posted, especially in the Malaramapuram area or the Neyyatingara area, southern part of Kerala. Then I am taken from there to the middle part of Kerala, that's we called Adur, as the district we are there, and the manager of some schools there. Then from there, we have a prestigious institution in Trivandrum, you may know, Marbeselius Engineering College. I was there as the director and also the bursar of the engineering college. At that time, the new division that means the mother diocese, Trivandrum Archdiocese, bifurcated to Pathanamthitta Diocese. As I am from Pathanamthitta area, I opted to Pathanamthitta new diocese, and I am posted in cathedral of the new diocese. Fortunately, I got the chance to build a cathedral church in Pathanamthitta. Afterwards, again, I asked to go to a place somewhere near itself. That's called a place Mailapura. He was there about 4 years. Then, fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know, I am asked to be the Vicar General of the Diocese of Pathanamthitta to help Bishop Chrysostom, Johannes Mark Chrysostom. Then again, after 3 years of service as the Vicar General, maybe I am not good or not fit there. I'm sent out to abroad.
Well, there's a lot of reasons why priests get sent out, and I know for a good fact that it was for a very good reason. So
Usually we say in our local language, if I am not good in local, send them out. That's our usual praise. Anyway, I am asked to go to Kuwait. You may know that place. It's one of the Gulf countries. Most of the people are Muslims, but I worked there 5 years. Then, again, I hope that I'll call back to my own diocese, but there again, I am asked to go to another Gulf country. Now I am in UAE. Mainly, I'm staying in Sharjah. This is about my priestly life, about 38 years of my priestly life in short. That's what I want to share in the beginning.
That's a great summary, Etchen. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I know for a lot of us, it's really easy to simplify just the experiences that a priest may have, especially as priests come and go in our churches, right? In our churches here in the U.S., we have a cycle in which we expect a priest to come and stay for about 4 years, and then we see them leave. And a lot of times for us, we make those memories, and then those priests leave us, and a new one comes in. But to really be able to have a moment like this, where I get to sit and really have a talk with you, not just as, like you talked in the beginning, as a grand uncle, grand nephew relationship, but as a pathway to understand what the impact a priest can have on communities, not just in one, but across the world, is really important. So again, I appreciate you sitting down. And I remember at the beginning of this, you had touched a little bit on your youth with your family in the beginning, right? You said that you were the youngest.
Yes.
And I know in India, one of the traditions is, as the youngest boy, one of your responsibilities is to take care of the parents,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
And so I wanted to ask you, how was it at the beginning when you had chosen this pathway for yourself, chosen this position of ministry, of going into the path of priesthood? How was that at the beginning with your family? How did your family respond?
Yes. As Aaron told, the tradition of that area or Kerala, the youngest children will take care of the parents. I hope that my parents also expected that I will take care of my parents, because by that time almost my elder brothers and sister also left that area, and they are gone to different areas for their livelihood and something. But when I choose this profession or this service, maybe surprise for my parents. Anyway, my mother was very much fond with priest, and she prays every day for priest. That I know it. That's why maybe some inner inspiration for me to choose this vocation. And also, before I joined the seminary 2 years before. I attended one of the priests. I can proudly say it is none other than our Johannes Chrysostom Triveni's ordination as a priest. I attended there. As a student of 8th standard or 9th standard, I sit in the very front of that church I attended the whole ceremony there. It was wonderful for me. That another inspiration for me. Then why can't me to become a priest? But I didn't share to anyone. But it was another inspiration given or received by Lord. Then I simply informed my parents that I want to join the seminary, and I joined in 1975 after just finished my 10th class. About 11 years I studied in the seminary. That was my vocation to priesthood. And I am really proud to say that I can choose any profession because I am the youngest one, and my brothers and sisters are already settled well. I can choose any profession. They are ready to take me to anything, whatever I like. But it was a challenge for them too. But now, after 38 years of priest, I am proud to say I'm so happy like this.
Yeah, I'm already getting emotional right now here just listening to it because it is really powerful stuff, especially for a family to make the decision to, join into the priesthood and how impactful that is, not just for your immediate family, your siblings, but to the siblings' children and their children after, right? Um, and I know I see the impact that you've had, not just on us, as we've grown up and we've received your guidance as, a member of the clergy, but to the communities as well that you've impacted and surrounding it. I'd like to ask a little bit more on a personal note as well. In your travels as well as you've traveled around, how was that relationship with family, especially in priesthood? Right, that's one of my personal questions. Is, for example, our parish priest I see sometimes go visit back to India to go visit his mother, and so I wonder, in your years in priesthood, how were your relationship with your parents and your siblings?
Okay. Yeah. The first posting I told you in the some long distance from my home, because of that means more than 150 kilometers away from my home. But I never miss the visit my parents, especially on the special occasions like Christmas, Easter, and also our Kerala tradition, and so on. This occasion I never miss to visit my parents. They're also very happy because as the youngest one, I am with them. And also sometimes I tell them, don't worry, even though I am little far from you, whenever you want some help, whenever you need something, I'm ready to come and help you and meet you. They're very happy after becoming the priest.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's a beautiful thing to especially have a welcoming family in this as well, because it's not just a journey by yourself, right? You have a surrounding of a wonderful community who continue to support you as you move forward in your pathway of priesthood. And so you've talked about as absolutely you've touched on your many years in ministry in priesthood and the way in the different communities that you've attended, the different lives that you've touched, and absolutely the different places as well. And you touched on some different memories as well as you got to these different spots. Can you maybe talk about maybe one or two specific memories or specific moments that have been the most memorable to you, that have touched you in an impactful way that you carry on throughout these years?
Yeah. As a parish priest, I know our families give lot of influences can be given to the many of the families. At our ordination time or our early ages, the deciding factor of that area is the parish priest. Always the parish people need the help of the parish priest. They will consult with him, and also they will approach the priest for whatever in physical or in economical or any matter. They usually approach the priest. And also we can find certain moments the family is finding some difficulties in different matters. But if they have trust on the priest, surely the priest can do lot of things. For this, I suggest the visit of the priest to individual homes or families. And as the Malankara priest, our number is less. So usually the priest or the parish priest knows each and every family and family members. And I can say, I can call each one in by name. Sometimes they are absent in the church. I can recognize those who are absent. On that night or in the coming day, I'll call them. What happened to you? I didn't see you yesterday in the church. Are you sick? some days may be sick, then automatically we will say, don't worry, I'll come tomorrow, day after tomorrow, to pray for you. And I do that also. That was a big enthusiasm for that family. They never forget these kind of occasions. And also sometimes these ordinary people cannot manage everything by themselves. So they ask some advice from the priest. Need not give money or something, but we can give good advices. And we can do one more thing. We can make sure that whenever you need something, whenever you need some whatever need, we will be with you. That is another good memories. Now I can cherish with this.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think when I was first approaching that question, I was thinking that you were going to share with me something big or extravagant. But it's honestly really beautiful and touching that you shared with us the everyday moment of a priest,
Yes.
right? This
Yeah.
is the reality that priests face every day, right? It's taking care of the flock, right? The sheep that they herd. And it's a beautiful representation of how our Catholic Church is has grown and has been built, especially the Mullingar community, right?
Yeah.
Just especially this weekend, I've been blessed by the experiences of being surrounded by a lot of family members around me, especially having you here as well have given me a lot of strength in understanding how close our Mullingar community is and how we should continue to cherish the moments that we have together. So again, thank you for that message. And I would be remiss if I don't allow to talk about specifically the idea of or the topic of your position as Corepiscopa. So what does that exactly mean? What is a Corepiscopa?
Okay. Good question. In our early traditions, even in the Latin Rite, there was a position Corepiscopo. The technical term means bishop of the village. That's a technical explanation we can say for this Corepiscopo. In the early days, the diocese was very big, and the bishop cannot reach all the places because of the transportation or different reasons. They cannot go each and every corner of the diocese. So what they do, the bishop will appoint certain priests here and there, some of the villages, and they are given a special privilege to be like the more or less like the bishop, but not exactly bishop. But those who are efficient, those who can manage that area, they will be appointed as the co-episcopo. Again, I am saying he is the bishop of that village. Once in a while, all the co-episcopos gather before the bishop and they share their pastoral experience. According to that, the bishop can do a lot of things to each area. This was the early concept of the co-episcopo. But later, there's no problem of transportation or the traveling. It's not a big deal. Even though our church does this, that after becoming 60s, and according to their services done to people as a title or honor them as a Corepiscopo. As I told you in the beginning, I was the MCYM director about 5 years. Then I became the MCA director for about 7 years. In the whole church, Malagara church, I was there. Maybe because of the services of that. And also, as I told you, I am sent out to Gulf countries. Now I am working as the Gulf coordinator of the Malagara church. About 6 countries we have. Now I am working as a coordinator of that 6 countries. Maybe because of this reason, I don't know. Our head of the church, Cardinal Primis, elected me or selected me too as one of the Corepiscopos. That's why I become a Corepiscopo by the grace of God. That's about the position Corepiscopo.
Yeah, that's a beautiful explanation. Thank you again, Wanichin, for that. I think it, especially to our viewers and listeners, it gives a good background as well as an understanding to current day how Corepiscopo, that position has greatly helped our Mullingar community grow, not just in like certain segments, but especially in bigger regions as well. So really do appreciate that. Yeah, I think we're about approaching the end of our conversation here, but I wanted to, since you had brought it up as well, your experience as an MCYM director is honestly a very fascinating thing to me. I just learned that from you right now when you just said it. And to me, that's a beautiful thing because now I'm in a position where I feel like I'm feeling like I'm getting very excited to be more active in our youth, right? Our youth are becoming increasingly diverse, not just in the ways that we think, but the ways that we want to perform, the ways that we want to connect with each other, right? This medium itself, this podcast listening, viewing experience is something new that we're trying out as well. And of course, I'm sure that you've seen, your fair share of new ideas as well throughout your years, and especially as an MCYM director as well. But I wanted to ask you, what would be your message out to our youth currently?
Okay, that's another good questions as we are doing for the youth. I have a lot of things to say to the youth because I very much confident that now the church can be vibrant through the youth because the old people is there, they cannot shake or break or contribute not much because their age is already over. And the children also, they also have some limitations in their life. But youth can do. Usually we say, when we enter the church, we know where the positions of the youth. They are neither in the front nor in the back. You're always in the middle of the church. You know the importance of the middle. That's the middle pillar, we call it. If something wrong happened to this middle pillar, it will affect the whole building. If something happened to the front pillar, just a shake, that's all. Something happened to the back also, little bit. But something happened to the middle pillar, that will affect the whole church and the whole community. That's why, knowingly or unknowingly, your position is always in the middle of the church. Whenever you stand there or sit there, just think that God chose me to be that place. I have a lot of role to play. If you think on that line, that will give you more responsibility to do something for the church. That's what I personally I want to share with you. And also, in the if you go to the gospel, especially in the gospel of Mark, chapter 2, if you go there, you can see in the first verse onwards, when Jesus returned to Capernaum after some days, it became known that he was at home. Many gathered together so that there was no longer room for them, not even around the door, and they preached the word of God. They came bringing to him a paralytic carried by 4 men, unable to get near Jesus because of the crowd. This is what happened at the time of Jesus. One paralytic man, just imagine that. He cannot go to the other places without help of others. He wanted to get cured by this paralytic disease. But the gospel is said, 4 people approached this man and they give the confidence, we will take you to Jesus, the great healer. Maybe we can say, first he may not accept that, but they come back him, will take you to Jesus. So we don't know how they brought. He imagined that he was put in a cot and the 4 people carried him to Jesus. When they reached Jesus' house, they saw that lot of people crowded like that. They and the man who is in the cot again lost the hope. But those 4 people told, don't worry, what we told you in the beginning, we will take you to Jesus without any problem. That's why they climbed to the top of the house and they removed some of the top and they put him down to Jesus. When Jesus saw this, he looked not on the paralytic man, But Jesus looked the poor people in the top of the building and told that because of your faith, I told this man to get up and go to home. Now I firmly believe that these four people are none other than the youth MCYM people of that parish, of that area. Only you can do this challenge. Only you can do this kind of things. That means two things. One, these youth gave hope to this man. These youth take the pain to take him to Jesus. And also, they climbed to the house and put him in front of Jesus. That's why Jesus saw the faith of youth, that MCYM. I proudly say they are MCYM, and healed this man. This is what I want to tell you. Be like these four people who carried this paralytic man to Jesus. If we can do this kind of challenges, surely I firmly believe that our church will grow faster than anything. That's what John Paul II told. Your church is the fastest growing church. You have to hear that through you. So this is what I want to tell you as a message.
And what a beautiful message to end on. John Thundiyath Corepiscopa, thank you again. I love that call to action that you've given us, especially to our youth, to our MCYM, and I know it's a message that'll carry on to the ends of the earth as well. So thank you again, and we appreciate you all for listening and watching. And yeah, we hope that everyone has a good reflection from this little piece that we were able to complete.
All the best again for the youth all over the world, not to US, and those who are hearing this there. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you.
God bless.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning into this episode of Tea with Thomas. We hope you enjoyed the conversation as much as we did. Don't forget to like this episode and subscribe to our channel for more conversations. If you'd like to help support us, check out the links in the description.
If you have any questions, comments, or topics you would like for us to talk about, please feel free to put them in the comments below. We would love to hear from you guys.
And for more behind the scenes content and updates, follow us on our Instagram at Tea with Thomas. Until next episode, stay curious, stay blessed, and let's continue to share our Catholic voices and ideas to this world. May the good Lord bless you all. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.